What if I told you that the secret to speaking English with confidence isn't in textbooks or apps, but in an ancient book you've probably overlooked? Proverbs 3 might just be the most powerful tool in your language journey. If you're tired of feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or doubting yourself, this video will change everything. Imagine learning not just words, but wisdom that lifts your spirit and sharpens your mind. No more fear of mistakes, no more guessing games. Just simple, powerful lessons that help you trust the process. Speak kindly, ask for help, and stay humble even when it gets tough. Stick around, because in the next few minutes, you'll discover how Proverbs 3 can transform your English and your life starting today. Lesson 1. Have you ever felt trapped by your own fear of making mistakes? Like every sentence you try to speak in English is a test you're destined to fail? Proverbs 3 offers a powerful antidote to that mindset. It teaches us to trust, not just in a distant outcome, but in the process itself. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Imagine letting go of perfectionism, of the crushing fear that every word must be flawless. What if you could embrace each mistake as a step forward, not a step backward? That kind of trust frees you to speak with boldness, to take risks, and to grow naturally. When you stop fighting your journey and start trusting it, your English improves, not by force, but by flow. Think about learning English like planting a tree. You don't see the roots growing beneath the soil, but that growth is happening every day. Proverbs 3 reminds us that growth often happens unseen, in the quiet moments between practice sessions and conversations. Trusting the process means understanding that fluency is not instant, it's a journey. And every time you choose to speak despite fear, you're watering those roots. This is your invitation to stop doubting yourself and start trusting that with patience, perseverance, and wisdom, your English will blossom. And trust me, this lesson sets the tone for all the others we're about to explore. Lesson 2. Have you ever noticed how a simple, kind word can completely change a conversation? Proverbs 3 reveals a secret power. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart. It's not just about what you say in English, but how you say it. When you speak with kindness and sincerity, you create bridges instead of walls. This doesn't just improve your language skills, it changes how people receive you, opening doors in friendships, jobs, and everyday moments. Kindness is the invisible grammar of connection, the tone that makes even simple sentences memorable and meaningful. So, how often do you choose kindness in your English conversations? Imagine you're in a meeting or chatting with someone new. Your words could sound perfect, but without warmth, they fall flat. Proverbs 3 teaches us to embed love and faithfulness into our speech, because language is more than words. It's a message from your heart. When your English carries kindness, people listen differently. You feel more confident, too, because you're not just reciting phrases, you're communicating truth. This lesson shows that mastering English isn't only about vocabulary or pronunciation. It's about learning to connect deeply with others. And that connection is the gateway to fluency and friendship. But what happens when you feel stuck and alone in your learning journey? That's where the next lesson comes in. Lesson 3. Have you ever tried to learn something on your own and felt overwhelmed, like you're climbing a mountain without a guide? Proverbs 3 offers a surprising truth. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. This isn't just about faith. It's about learning to lean on others, asking for help, and trusting that wisdom often comes through community. When learning English, it's easy to feel isolated, but the strongest learners are those who seek guidance teachers, friends, mentors who can point out mistakes and cheer progress. Humility isn't weakness. It's the smartest step toward fluency. Imagine if every time you stumbled, you had a hand to lift you, a voice to encourage you. That's the power Proverbs 3 reveals. Think about your English journey. Are you trying to do it all alone? Or have you found people who help you grow? This lesson is a call to open your heart and admit you don't have all the answers, and that's okay. Wisdom flows through connection, through asking questions, through learning with others. When you lean on trusted guides, you shorten your path to fluency and deepen your understanding, not just of language, but of life. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Because Proverbs 3 shows us that leaning on the right support is not a sign of failure. It's the key to breakthrough. And now let's explore what happens when pride tries to block your progress. Lesson 4. Have you ever felt frustrated because you just couldn't get better at English no matter how hard you tried? Sometimes that frustration comes from one hidden enemy, pride. Proverbs 3 warns us, "Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil." That means humility is not just a nice attitude, it's the foundation for real growth. When pride takes over, it blinds you to mistakes, shuts down learning, and leads to giving up. Think about it. How many times have you ignored corrections because you thought you already knew better? That's the pride trap. Proverbs 3 invites you to stay humble, to be open to new lessons, and to keep your heart teachable. Because humility fuels progress, while pride fuels frustration and quitting. Imagine your English learning journey as climbing a steep mountain. Pride is like carrying a heavy backpack full of I know it all that slows you down. Humility is dropping that weight, asking for directions, and trusting the path. When you stay humble, every mistake becomes a stepping stone, not a setback. You start to enjoy the process instead of fearing failure. This lesson reminds you that the smartest learners are the ones who admit they don't have all the answers yet, and that's where true confidence begins. But how do you stay calm and peaceful when the language feels overwhelming? That's the secret of our last lesson. Lesson 5. Learning a new language can feel like chaos, confusing rules, endless vocabulary, and moments when you want to give up. Proverbs 3 offers a gentle but powerful invitation. Let not mercy and truth forsake you. Bind them around your neck. This means walking in peace and balance, even when the journey feels overwhelming. Imagine approaching English with calm confidence instead of stress and fear. That calm isn't just a mood. It's a mindset that helps you absorb more, remember better, and enjoy the learning process. When your mind is peaceful, your retention skyrockets. Proverbs teaches that peace isn't just a feeling, it's a discipline. And learning English is easier when your heart isn't racing. Think about your last frustrating moment with English. What if instead of panic or pressure, you paused and chose peace? What if you let mercy for yourself replace harsh judgment? This lesson encourages you to find calm amid the chaos, to slow down, breathe, and trust the process. Walking in peace doesn't mean perfection, it means patience and grace. It means giving yourself space to grow without fear. And when you combine that peace with the wisdom of Proverbs 3, your English journey becomes less about struggle and more about steady, joyful progress. Now that we've uncovered these secrets, are you ready to take your English to the next level? Conclusion: we've uncovered some incredible truths from Proverbs 3 lessons that go beyond grammar and vocabulary, reaching deep into how you grow, connect, and thrive in English and in life. Trusting the process, speaking with kindness, asking for help, staying humble, and finding peace aren't just spiritual ideas, they are practical keys to breakthrough. Which lesson hit you hardest? Have you ever felt stuck because pride or fear held you back? What step will you take today to speak English with more confidence and grace? Share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your story and support your journey. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a lesson that can change your English and your life. Let's walk this path of wisdom and growth together. Your voice is waiting to be heard.